Hello class, my name is Miss Boyd, and today I'm going to be teaching a lesson on rules of addition. Now before we get started, can everyone please take out your math journals, a pencil, and an eraser? While y'all are doing that, I'm just going to recap on my expectations. I expect y'all to pay attention and go step by step with me on the rules so y'all don't get left behind or anything. You have it all written down. The next expectation I have is after each example or problem, you can raise your hand and ask any questions you may have because I don't want y'all to be confused. Now to start us off, we're going to go over some vocabulary words. Then we're going to go over the 4 steps for this lesson, some examples, and then practice problems you get to do with your tables so you can work through it, ask any questions you may have. First off, we have vocabulary words. We have 3 words. The first word is addition. Now, all of y'all should already know what addition is because y'all are 5th graders. But just to recap and to make sure you have it written down so you don't forget, addition is totaling 2 numbers together. The second vocabulary word we have is same signs. Same signs is when you add or subtract 2 numbers that have the same sign in front of it. So same signs could be plus and plus, or minus and minus. Different sign. Different sign, you are going to have the bigger number gets to keep its sign. So you're going to have a plus and a minus, or a minus and a plus within a problem. Now 2 little tricks, or 2 little parts to each one of these different signs is for same sign. If a problem has no sign whatsoever, it's a 4 and a 2. That means that both numbers are positive because they don't show any indication that they're negative. So you're going to add. 2 different signs, you're going to subtract the bigger number from the smaller number. So if you have negative 4 and positive 2 for a problem, you're going to, the negative 4 gets to keep its sign, so the answer is going to be negative. All of y'all, please take a moment and make sure you write all of this down in your journal. We're going to go over the steps. The first one is, are signs the same or different? This is very important to realize at the beginning of the word problem if the signs are the same or different, because it's going to tell you if you're going to add or subtract the problem. The second one is, use the correct rule. You need to make sure that you pay close attention to the signs so you know what to do. The third problem is, find the biggest number and what is its sign. So always make sure between a 4 and a 2, you know that the 4 is bigger and you follow the sign of that number. Fourth step is, put that sign in the answer. So if you have negative 4, the negative is going to be in the answer. You cannot forget that, because if you forget the negative sign and still get the problem right, or the number, it's going to be wrong because it's a positive number and not a negative. So please, y'all take a moment and write down the 4 steps. Starting us off is negative 3 minus 2. Now whenever y'all have 2 negatives together, I want you to go ahead and draw a little arrow between the 2 numbers. This is going to show me that you know that both signs are the same, and it's going to carry down. So you can go ahead and write the negative sign in the answer spot because it's always going to be there. Just write that right there. So after that, you're going to write equal sign. Are you going to add or subtract these 2 numbers, depending on the sign? You're going to add, because both signs are the same, you're going to add the 2 numbers together. So I want you to write add right here. To remind yourself, it's a visual that you will be adding them and not just subtracting them because you see the negative sign. So you can go ahead and write 3 plus 2 is equal to what? 5, exactly. You write 5 there. And what are we going to do with that 5? We're going to carry it to the answer. Exactly. So You can put a 5. And why is there a negative sign there? Because the numbers were negative. Exactly, yes. Awesome. So next example problem. 4 minus 6. What do we do first? We identify the signs, yes. So because these signs are different, I want you to circle them. So you're going to circle right here, even though there's no sign there, circle right here, to show that the 4 is positive and the 6 is negative. That's going to show me that you know the difference between the two. Now, which number which number is bigger? 6, yes. So what sign is 6? Negative. So you're going to write the negative at the bottom, because that's going to be in your answer, like step 4 tells us. Yeah, so what do we do after this? What did I do before? You're going to draw the equal sign. And are we adding or subtracting? We are subtracting this one, not adding, because both signs are different. We subtract them. If they're the same, we add. Different, we subtract. Okay, so we're going to write sub to remind you that you're subtracting the two problems. So you're going to do the bigger number first, minus 4, because 6 is bigger than 4. So you're going to write 6 minus 4 is equal to 2. And what do we do with the 2? We write it at the bottom because that is our answer. It is negative 2. It's negative because negative 6 is bigger than 4. So the answer is going to be negative. Yes, I think y'all are getting it. The next problem is negative 7 plus 2. So in this one, what do we do first? We identify the sign. So negative and positive, we're going to circle the 2 to show us that we know the difference. And the 7 is bigger than the 2. So which sign do we use? The negative sign. So we're just going to write that at the bottom right here. And what do we do next once we have identified our sign? Add or subtract, exactly. So draw your equal sign, and we are subtracting in this problem, yes. We subtract because the signs are different, not the same. Remember that. So now that we have identified that we're subtracting the two numbers and that the answer will be negative, we do what? We solve. So write 7 minus 2 is equal to 5. So the 5 goes where? Yes, down here. And can anyone tell me why the answer is negative 5 and not positive? Because negative 7 is bigger than positive 2. Exactly. Yes. So in this moment, can y'all all please gather in your groups? And I'm going to put up the practice problems. I already have them written down. And I need you to work on them as a team. Make sure you write the practice problems in your journal. And then afterwards, I'm going to be walking around and picking someone to write the problem on the board once y'all have solved it. Y'all have had time to solve these problems. We're going to go over them together. It's a negative 6 plus 9. What do we do first? We circle the sign, yes. So because they're different, you circle, circle. Now, which number is bigger? The 9, and what is the sign for 9? Positive. So you're going to write positive at the bottom to remind you that the answer is positive. So what do we do after this? Equals. And what do we do here? We subtract, exactly. We subtract because the answers are different, or the symbols are different. So now we're going to write 9 minus 6. 9 goes first because 9 is bigger than 6. So what is 9 minus 6? 3, yes. And we carry 3 down here. So the answer is positive 3. And it's positive because positive 9 is bigger than negative 6. The next problem, are the signs the same or different? They're the same, so I want you to draw the arrow to carry the negative down, yes. So draw the arrow Write the negative down here. And are we adding or subtracting on this one? We are adding because same sign, we add, yes. Mind yourself, remember, always do that step to show that you know what to do next. So we're going to do 7 plus 2 is equal to 9. Good job. So 9 goes down here, and the answer is negative 9y, because both signs were negative. Yes. Last problem, y'all are doing great, is positive 5 minus 6. What do? We circle the symbols, yes. So 5 and negative, draw a positive right there just to show. Which number is bigger? 6. So the answer is going to be negative, yes. So we're going to draw the negative equal to, are we adding or subtracting? Subtracting. I'm going to write sub so you know what to do. And we do which number first? We do 6 first because the 6 is bigger than 5. So write 6 minus 5 is equal to, can anyone tell me what 6 minus 5 is equal to? 1, yes. So we're going to write 1. And where does the 1 go? The 1 goes in the answer. And the answer is negative 1y. Because the bigger number, which was 6, is negative. Yes, okay. So now that y'all have seen and learned how to do rules of addition, you have the steps and examples and practices to do this. I will be giving out homework over this all week. It's going to be in your warm-ups. So please refer back to your journal if you need to remind yourself how to do it.